is there anyone really into rock music? And maybe which one is a rock band? So maybe Vanessa, do you like rock music?
Yes, I like YouTube.
You too, wow. I like it too. What about you, Vanessa? Go.
Well, I like the Japanese rock band.
Oh,
So.
yeah, I heard that before. It's a really good one. So I may like to say rock and roll never dies because I'm really a big fan of rock and roll. So, so many people have recommended me the movie, the Bohemia Rhapsody, and I recently watched it. It's really a really good movie, I have to say. I'm really into it. It talks about the whole life of the lead singer and whole band of the really famous rock band of Queen. And actually, I think maybe a lot of people still listen to rock music right now, but I have to say, I think it's not a golden age of the rock music in 2019. And even though there is a lot of maybe the brands for the clothes, they made the T-shirt, there's like the logo of a lot of famous band on it, like the Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, and many other bands. And I have to say, the very first time I heard about the rock music, I think it's in my high school, because I have to ride a bike to my school every morning and every afternoon. And I have to bring my headphones with me when I'm riding the bike. And I listen to Linkin Park. Linkin Park is really famous among students at the time, because maybe they make the theme sounds about a lot of movies like Transformers and something. And a lot of people may think that the sound from the Linkin Park is pretty loud and even noisy, but I'm still really like it because I think I would feel really energetic and powerful in the morning, and I may just ride a bike. So it kind of like my favorite time in the whole day. And so the content of the rock and roll music always leave the people the impression that it is really is a kind of like the negative impression, because they do not really broadcast some really positive things like the true love in the world or the warm things, or it's not as soft as the classical music that can make you feel really relaxed and stressed and release the stress. But the lyrics, although the lyrics do not broadcast those kind of things, but I still really like it because the singer may yell about his feelings and yell about, and he's not really satisfied about the whole world and the whole society, and they may yell about that, and just or they may make a good wish about their deeper feeling in their heart. And every time when I heard those sounds, I have to say I may think aloud and feel really, I kind of like to gain hope of the future, of my futures. So the flow and the sensation of the rhythm really deeply attracted me. But right now in 2019, I may say a lot of lead singers in a lot of rock bands like Nirvana or Eagles, and the lead singers, they just passed away. It's really a sad thing for me. And also Lincoln Center maybe 2 years ago, he also chose the suicide.
Yeah.
So there's not even a lot of rock bands in the society right now, but I think maybe a lot of people are really into it. And there's not a lot of really famous sounds that would come up to the society and publish to the society, and it's really sad for me. But to me, listen to the rock music, it's just not about listen to the rhythm or devote myself into the sounds. I may feel more like I think I may just feel more about the inside of the sounds, because actually some people recognize the rock music as a rebellion or just a complaint, just all the complaints about whole society or the whole world or their life, or so the music has to be decadent. But I think it's not, but because they're just the small portion of this kind of music. And just like my favorite band, Pink Floyd, they may use a lot of philosophical lyrics, and also they may make the music and the vision, make the music and vision inseparable. So I think it's just like I really enjoy. I may really enjoy even when I look at the cover of their album. So I think like or like just like such like the Civil War from the Guns N' Roses, they may just yell about how people suffer from the war. So I think it's really touched the inside of me. So the rock music in my heart is just more about express the feelings, express the true feelings and deep feelings. So I think it's pretty pure. And the expression of the music is just an approach of the lead singer or the band, and to make the music easier to understand by people. Just like the movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody, Rhapsody. The movie is also about the real life of the lead singer in the Queen, and the exaggerated and inclusive figure that he presented on stage is not enough. The more important thing is how he finds the true love in his whole life, and also it's more about how he chased his own dream, and also how he finds the style of the whole band in their real life. It is really a move. It is a really move story. So I think in this whole in nowadays society, maybe it's because people getting more and more busier, and they may have less feelings than maybe several decades ago, and they may feel like they may not just pay attention to the feelings in our deeper inside, and maybe just pay more attention about our work or people surrounding us. So I think it's not a really good thing. So I would really want to come back to that kind of decade to feel the things that the leader of the rock band could feel. So if you have time this weekend, maybe you can have a try of the rock music. So this is how I feel about it. Thank you.